Hey.
You want a piece of piss?
If that's your stupid, rude way of saying I have to fight you, I will.
Take your shot, pussy.
Don't talk to me that way. Go away.
Make me.
Go away.
Dick so small, make 2 inches look big as fuck. Ouch. It ain't cold, but my shit looks so shriveled up. Yup. I want big nuts. This tiny shit sucks. I'm tryna push my luck. Extendos in my cup. Blue pill, held my cause. Can't get it up, cause my dick so small. Check my phone, ain't got no call. Leave me on red, cause my dick ain't tall. Wait, what she want from me? She live right down the hall from me. I just want some honesty. She said that I ain't got no deep. Bitch, yes I do. Tiny dick, tiny dick, tiny dick, tiny dick.
No.
Scene does not contain an adult swimming.
Sin does not contain a legitimate critique, a funny joke, or anything of value whatsoever.
I can't hold them off, Rick!
I love a strong cold open, but would it kill the show to just once begin at the start of an adventure? Just once. I swear linear storytelling is starting to become the new non-linear storytelling, and no one wants that.
After having done an episode entirely dedicated to being meta, you'd think that the Sins writers would understand these types of jokes, where Rick and Morty directly contradicts something they stated in an earlier season. But nope, it goes right over their heads.
Get it? He's shelling the beach? But if you designed a weapon to shoot seashells, wouldn't the barrel shape need to be more seashell shaped?
On what planet does the barrel of a weapon need to be the shape of the projectile? What kind of lettuce are you smoking? Cause that shit makes you dumb. So long as the barrel is large enough, there's no issue with the shell launching from it.
Your fortress is a salty waste of coral and clam.
Disney didn't even attempt to incorporate any of Mr. Nimbus into their version of Namor.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
Also, I'm sure I wasn't the only one who recognized this guy enough to know that it was a callback, but not enough to remember that it's supposed to be Rick's arch nemesis, without Googling it, of course. This probably means the show is either doing too many callbacks or not calling back to things I care about.
Or maybe it just means that you're too stupid to remember the people that the show brings back.
Sorry I had to blow up your bunker.
Close, but the correct answer was, sorry I had to blow up your bunker while you were still fucking inside it and with barely enough time to escape, child of my child.
Okay, cool. And what's the sin here? Wait, but I thought you were going to explain what the sin here is for. You're not? Then why did you say anything to begin with?
It is I, Cookie Magneto.
Show plays superhero Mad Libs and disguises it as being clever. This will never stand, at least if, Bocce Ball Kitty Pride has anything to say about it. Okay, fine, it's harder than it seems, but I'm still sinning how easy it seems.
What was the point of that? That whole sin was just really cringy and awkward. There was nothing critical or funny about it, so why did you leave it in the video?
I'm sorry, do you control things that people agree are cookies?
And does that mean you have barely any powers in England where they call most of them biscuits? Sorry, just adding my 2 cents to the ever-growing examples of Morty being excellent at TVSins.
By pointing out things that don't matter? Yes, you are annoying. I mean, excellent at TVSins. Same thing, really.
Being that therapist who has an abstract painting of what is clearly a boob on your wall just so I'll point it out and then you can analyze my maternal issues and make me think I'm the one who's just seeing boobs everywhere. That is a boob, you piece of So, about my mom.
Ha ha ha. He said boobies. He funny because boobies funny. Ha ha ha. That's how I imagine the average TVSins fanboy reacts to, for lack of a better word, the jokes like that. However, those of us with at least half a brain cell do not find this cringy waste of time funny because it's awkward and stupid.
I'm a walking target for a never-ending sea of angry nerds that think getting in a fight with me is some kind of, I don't know, platform.
Is he still looking over here?
Skip.
So where's all that urine even coming from? He's got enough of a steady stream to create upward propulsion of his machine while still hosing down the house with a separate deluge. I don't care how much prostament he's running through that thing. There's no way he's getting that kind of flow.
Not that I'm surprised at this point, but this is a cartoon, buddy. It's not supposed to make sense, which means that your quote-unquote joke of taking it too seriously is not funny and is just really cringy.
With these two fighting, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be rooting for the pants-pissing, ugly-faced, whiny guy or Pissmaster. All these people who are videoing this, I'm gonna say, fight, instead of calling the police. I'm not saying filming wouldn't be happening, but I'd like to think a piss-powered alien pummeling a subpar parent would be worthy of calling a higher power before publishing your picture.
Yeah, you've clearly never met anyone from my generation. People my age would much rather let the alien kill them than call the police, so long as it got them a few TikTok views.
You.
A apology we've been asking for from this show for the last 6 seasons comes out of the mouth of a character named the Pissmaster.
Discount Jeremy points things out on the screen cliche.
And you're getting a lot of hand clap emojis on white Twitter's impression of black Twitter.
That fake-ass laugh.
Whoa, it's sticky.
Yeah, that means it's found a pure heart it wants to bond with.
Wild. My orbs do the exact same thing.
Discount Jeremy makes a cringy sexual joke that isn't funny cliche.
You guys saw my son-in-law on the news. Now he gets a sticky orb. But what's the catch? We're not rubes.
Yeah, your power is well known in our jurisdiction, Rick Sanchez.
Jerry is bestowed with a magic orb that Rick doesn't qualify for because of his infamy in the galaxy. But if they've heard of Rick's exploits, shouldn't they at least have a vague knowledge of an incompetent human that is sometimes with him who inspires calamity and disappointment just by leaving his bedroom and realize he's unworthy of any orbs too? Yes, it'd be quicker to just say we hate Jerry, but I think this is more fun.
Well, you were unfortunately wrong about that, because that whole tangent was very boring and pointless. But regardless, they clearly don't know how incompetent Jerry is, seeing as they gave him an orb. Your questions would be answered if you would simply watch what's happening on screen.
The orb is raw power. Trust your heart, Jerry. It will know what to do.
All-powerful item that doesn't have any fixed rules, but instead relies on the power inside you, and for once, can we just be told how things work instead of this hand-wavy emotional BS? Cliche.
First, that's not a cliche. And second, do you seriously want these dudes to sit down, stare into the camera, and start explaining in detail how the orbs work, where they came from, and what they are? Really? You're an idiot.
Here's your goddamn suit. I hardwired the orb's infinite energy right into it.
Giving Jerry this much power, even if it is to prove a point to a piece of teenager.
Pointing things out on the screen, even if it is just to make money from your idiotic fan base.
This shooty thing looks cool.
That shooty thing is a nuclear disruptor that can blow up planets.
Okay, I get making the suit to shut everyone up and let Jerry have his time in the superhero spotlight, but arming the suit with a f***ing arm-mounted planet killer was 100% your choice, Rick. Jerry would have been content if the thing had a built-in TV remote, soda hat, and fidget spinner.
Remember, buddy, this is a cartoon. Rick giving Jerry a weapon that can destroy planets is a purposeful exaggeration of reality. Can you remember all of that very complicated information? No, I didn't think so either.
Auf Wiedersehen, bad guys.
I don't deny that the galaxy's most evil entities would take up the mantle of Space Hitler, but I do find it hard to believe their conference for all things evil would be so easy to find and destroy by Operation Valkyrie over here.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably the suit that's doing 90% of the work.
And there were no other people on the planet.
Are you sure? Because that looks like quite an infrastructure for just a handful of Hitlers. Who were their assistants? Where did they eat? Who ran the internet so that they could leave comments on YouTube videos?
It doesn't matter because this is a cartoon and that news broadcast was a joke, very much like your entire channel. The only difference is that the joke in the show was actually funny.
You gotta be f***ing kidding me.
You mean the fact that we haven't seen the Smith family for setting up the couch in the dead center of the room and obstructing possible traffic flow? I know, right? Or maybe we have. You know what? We've literally sinned every episode of this show, so I don't even know anymore. I don't know that it's a sin, but I just want to know more about the booby doodle, okay? It raises many questions both about this therapist and the writers who put it there that we just never get answered.
More talking about boobs like a middle schooler trying to be funny. Are we laughing yet? Okay, now everyone who's capable of reading above a first grade level, stop saying yes.
The council said I could pick my own bridge crew.
Having free reign on your bridge crew and not even stopping to consider Patrick Stewart for a single solitary second.
Discount Jeremy makes a Star Trek reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
Oh me, oh my, can it be? A giant piece of shit I see?
Creating a baddie takes effort and time.
Skip.
Rick will now walk in on a dead pissmaster who's taken his own life because this show has handled tough subject matter so well in the past. Why wouldn't they try it again?
Correct. And why is that a sin? I mean, if you wanted to sin it for being handled poorly, you could have, but you didn't because you just ended the sin right there. It's almost like the Sins writers are afraid of the topic that the show has opened up in this episode and therefore skirted around it by not explaining the specifics of how it was handled, but it would have been a lot more interesting for them to have actually gone into depth on the portrayal of suicide in this episode. In other words, they don't give a shit about making quality content, they only care about pumping out as many videos as possible.
Dad? Mom told me you weren't responding to her calls.
And this will be the turning point leading Rick into the Pissmaster Rehabilitation Project. Is the show Trojan Horsing a Rick Rehabilitation Project into an episode about a Pissmaster Rehabilitation Project? It doesn't matter. I'm not buying either.
Why not? Again, you just made a claim and then didn't back it up, so how can I buy your claim? Why am I supposed to simply believe you without any explanation? It's not as if you're any kind of authority on any subject whatsoever, except maybe being an idiot. So I'm gonna need to see some proof before I agree with you here.
Okay, honey, we're good.
This, barely putting any effort into a disguise, works for the rest of the episode.
Discount Jeremy points things out on the screen. And remember, this is a cartoon, so that's not a sin regardless.
Make sure you tell everybody Pissmaster saved you.
Out of guilt for being tangentially responsible for Pissmaster's suicide, Pissle Rick decides to create his own Pissmaster suit and send him out in a blaze of glory, instead of going back in time and convincing Jerry's mother that going on a date with Jerry's father is in no one's best interest.
He's mentioned before how he hates time travel, so I don't know what your point is here. Maybe you just wanted everyone to know that you haven't been paying attention to the show? I mean, you do act like an obnoxious, spoiled first grader, so that actually kind of makes sense.
Thinking there's more to this world than news, entertainment, life, and video.
Pointing things out on the screen.
Now I'm gonna make a giant bomb, plant it in a city, and then have the suit autopilot the bomb into space. Boom! Everyone will think Pissmaster sacrificed himself.
As powerful as the arts of theatricality and deception are to the uninitiated, it's still a bad idea to model your convoluted plans on disappointing comic book movie climaxes.
Most Marvel fans would probably agree that the climax of that movie was not disappointing. The movie overall has an 8 on IMDb and a 91 on Rotten Tomatoes. A little research could have saved you from sounding ignorant in that sin.
I'm tempted to second guess a lot of that, but I think you might be nailing it.
Wait, what? The man just told you he's going to plant a bomb and hope the suit can save the day, and your response is therapy FTW.
That's the joke.
But he's Pissmaster.
People change, Jerry.
Thinking that because it's possible for people to change, then it means we're required to let them back into our lives.
Pointing things out on the screen. Again. The next 2 sins in a row have some very stupid content. One of the main points of the first sin was that Discount Jeremy doesn't want to suspend his disbelief despite the fact that he's literally watching a cartoon. That alone has to be one of the dumbest things he's ever said. He also went into a short, but still very boring rant about elephants and then also sinned the show for not acknowledging that adults can be orphans too, which has nothing to do with the episode whatsoever. All of this combined bullshit deserves 20 sins.
Why would Rick even prop me up like that?
Jesus, Jerry, Rick did something nice for once, okay? He's obviously trying to change.
You mean, obviously the show is trying some sort of redemption story arc that has never worked in the past and isn't working now. The man discards people and worlds like toilet paper, uses them to clean up his own shit, and then casually eliminates them. I bet he doesn't even look at them before he flushes. What? That's what people do. How are you supposed to know if you're clean?
Rick's character has been consistently shown to be conflicted. Yes, he's a piece of shit, but he also still has the ability to do good and regret his mistakes. The show continuing to do this is not a sin. You only think it is because you don't think it's possible for people to change, and your policy is, fuck Rick, he sucks, regardless of what happens in the show. Yes, Rick should be held accountable for his mistakes, but he should also be held accountable for his good deeds.
The good act does not wash out the bad, nor a bad the good.
Also, after he said all that ignorant shit about Rick, he made an immature poop joke that wasn't funny, so here's 5 more sins. The next 2 sins are both classic throwaways designed to waste our time until the episode is over, so 2 more sins feels appropriate.
Your ad said you do wet work.
That's correct. I urinate on other men for money.